title, please. Thanks, Taz.
2026 Supreme Court update, contract versus criminal acts.
Welcome to an anatomical breakdown of the landmark New Zealand contract law appeal, LiuvWu, 2026, NZSC 28. This case addresses unlawful threats, broken deeds, and the critical threshold of legality in commercial contracts. The core of the conflict is a July 2018 commercial deed between Jinxing Liu, the applicant, and LiuvWu, the respondent. The Court of Appeal determined this deed was executed solely due to unlawful threats made by Mr. Liu, rendering the contract highly problematic. The case followed 3 steps. First, the High Court ruled the deed voidable for duress. Second, the Court of Appeal overturned this, declaring the deed void and illegally void due to escalating the severity. Third, the Supreme Court granted leave to appeal to determine if the Court of Appeal committed a fundamental legal error in classification. The appeal hinges on the taxonomic error between voidable and void. A voidable contract is valid until the victim cancels it, granting the victim the power to enforce or destroy it. A void contract is a legal nullity from the outset, stripping power from both parties. The case involves 2 competing legal realities: voidable contracts based on duress and void contracts based on illegality. Duress involves coercion via unlawful threats, resulting in a legally valid but binding contract. Illegality involves conduct contrary to law, resulting in an absolute legal nullity that cannot be enforced. If a contract is voidable, the victim has the power of affirmation, meaning they can choose to accept it despite the initial threats, binding both parties. The Court of Appeal bypassed this critical action, even though the High Court originally found that Mr. Wu had factually affirmed the deed. To correct this potential taxonomic error, the Supreme Court, comprising Ellen France, Williams, and Miller J.J., granted leave to appeal on April 14, 2026. The mandate limits the appeal to 2 highly specific questions. The first approved question concerns the nature of the defect. Did the Court of Appeal err in determining the deed was illegal and void due to unlawful threats, rather than voidable based on duress? This is a jurisprudential battle over the correct legal label for threatening behavior in commercial contracts. The second approved question addresses the ignored reality of affirmation. If the deed was voidable for duress, did the Court of Appeal err by failing to determine if the respondent had affirmed the deed? The stakes involve whether Mr. Wu should be legally bound if he accepted the contract after the threat ceased. Mr. Liu attempted to block the illegality argument entirely by claiming Mr. Wu was legally out of time under the Limitation Act 2010. The Supreme Court explicitly dismissed this tactic, noting it had insufficient prospects of success. The court emphasized that New Zealand procedural rules favor substantive justice over strict technicalities. The original legal pleadings were broad enough to accommodate both duress and illegality. The claim was viewed as ancillary under Section 50 of the Limitation Act, rendering Liu's timing objection moot. The counter-narrative is, what if the Court of Appeal was right? If unlawful threats constitute criminal conduct, they fundamentally breach public policy. A court cannot enforce a contract born of a crime, making it a true legal nullity that is incapable of being affirmed. This case involves a core jurisprudential tension. On one side is victim agency, protecting victims' rights to salvage an agreement. On the other is public policy, refusing to legitimize severely illegal acts, regardless of the party's wishes. The key details of the case are Liu versus Wu, 2026, NZSC 28, heard by the Supreme Court of New Zealand. It was issued on April 14, 2026, with the current status of leave to appeal granted in part. The upcoming decision in Liu versus Wu will fundamentally redefine the boundary in New Zealand law between a flawed contract that can be saved and an illegal contract that never existed.
Hi everyone. If you like this content, press the like button, the subscribe button, and follow for good content.